Have you ever wondered why hours on the moon fly by faster than here on Earth? And exactly how big is that time gap anyway? How on earth are future astronauts supposed to sync up their schedules with absolute perfect precision up there? Why do scientists desperately need a brand new software model just to calculate lunar time? And honestly, what would happen to navigation and communication systems if we completely ignored these tiny differences? Let's jump right in with the answer to that first question. Yes, time on the moon actually flies by faster at a rate of 56 microseconds every single full lunar day. So while one regular second passes here on Earth, a tiny extra bit passes on the moon, an amount so unbelievably small that we can't even feel it, but super precise instruments totally pick it up. And this whole time distortion actually goes right back to the theory of general relativity that Einstein put together, where stronger gravity literally slows down time. Since Earth's gravity is way stronger than the moon's, lunar clocks tick relatively faster than their counterparts back home on Earth. For instance, if we left two identical atomic clocks, one on Earth and the other on the moon, for a whole 50 years, the lunar clock would actually jump ahead by about 1.5 seconds. That difference seems tiny, but it is completely catastrophic for super precise space navigation operations. And that is exactly why Chinese researchers went ahead and developed a software system they called LTE 440, which is currently considered the most precise model for keeping track of lunar time. This system totally relies on complex relativity calculations that take into account the moon's constantly changing position and its speed around the Earth. This system also totally relies on a time frame known as lunar coordinate time or coordinate lunar time, which is a mathematical reference that lets us calculate time on the moon's surface with absolute perfect precision while correcting all those differences caused by gravity and the moon spinning around the Earth. Because the LTE 440 system is not just about calculating lunar time, it actually works as a fully integrated operating system for clocks out there in deep space. It packs these algorithms that completely update themselves automatically as the moon changes its position in that elliptical orbit around our planet. Because future astronauts are absolutely going to need to sync up their communications perfectly, schedule their scientific missions, and map out their vehicles' paths right on the moon's surface. And every single one of these tasks completely relies on having a unified, super precise time standard. And if we just totally ignored these 56 microsecond time corrections every single day, two separate time systems on the moon would drift away from each other by way more than a full second in just a few short months, completely wrecking any joint navigation operation out there. On top of that, LTE 440 also uses another awesome time reference called barycentric coordinate time, which is the absolute gold standard in deep space missions to make sure time stays perfectly consistent across the entire solar system, all the way from Mercury to Neptune. So if we wanted to send a spacecraft all the way to Mars, for instance, those time signals would totally need multiple relativity corrections based on the gravity of every single planet it passes by. Luckily, the LTE 440 system is fully capable of calculating all these differences completely automatically without any human intervention at all. And the absolute biggest deal about this system is that humanity is gearing up to build permanent infrastructure way past Earth like NASA's Artemis base, alongside the bases planned by China and Russia right on the moon's surface. These massive projects completely depend on having a universal lunar time standard. And if every single country goes ahead and builds its own isolated time system, it will spark a literal, total technological chaos. Scientists are actually warning us about the potential breakout of what they call a time zone war in deep space, where times would completely clash between all the different spacecraft and bases. So an international agreement on a unified lunar time standard was absolutely essential, just like coordinated universal time back here on Earth. And the LTE 440 system serves up the perfect mathematical and computing foundation to make this agreement happen, because it can be easily adopted by any country out there. And just like that, we can totally see how a tiny difference of just 56 microseconds a day, which is way less than 1/1,000,000th of a second, can literally make or break a whole lunar exploration mission. And the ultimate fix is super precise models like LTE 440 to perfectly unify deep space time.